What's the number now?
Oh, what's the number now? I think we're under 40.
That's what's up.
That's all I'm gonna say as of right now, but I'm pretty sure that we're under 40. Let's see. We're pro I would say probably 35, 36.
All right.
Getting close. Getting
All right.
insanely close. But that is news for another
Another
discussion.
time.
Yeah. There were some things that I sent you that I wanted to discuss. I can't
Sure.
remember now though.
Oh,
What
the
were they? What were
reservations.
they even?
Reservations for the when the nighttime parade starts.
Yes. So if I
Yes.
got this correctly, starting on at Magic Kingdom on what is it, June 20th, they're going to start
Yes.
requiring reservations for Magic Kingdom, and that's Magic Kingdom
July.
only, right?
Wait, is that
Is it
June
June or July?
20th or July? I think it's July 20th.
It's one of the 20th of the J month,
It's
and they're going to
July.
start
It's July.
requiring reservations for Magic Kingdom because of that nighttime parade is starting, and it's just that park, right?
Yeah, just Magic Kingdom.
Unless and even if it's a good to go day, you still need a reservation.
Yeah, they will have zero good to go days for that day or moving forward after July 20th for I don't know how long that's going to last. I would assume it's probably the first month, is my guess. Or
At
maybe
least.
it'll go until September.
Is the nighttime parade that popular?
So I used to do the nighttime parades at Disneyland, and they just brought back my favorite one for their 70th, Paint the Night Parade, which is fan flippin' tastic. But yes, nighttime parades are very popular because you get to see different characters, but the floats are lit up. It's way more fun than watching like Festival of Fantasy. You get to see different characters that you don't see in the parks. You get to see so many different lights, different music. Like if it's anything like the one in California, oh my gosh, it's gonna blow people's mind. It's like better than watching some fireworks shows.
Really? Okay,
Absolutely.
well, I've never seen it, I'm excited to see it eventually. Um,
Yeah, this one's
yeah, I did see
brand
that.
new, like brand new. So I have a feeling they are gonna go above and beyond on this one.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's stupid though that you make your pass holders have to do that again. Like, it's
Yeah,
just such a hassle.
it
Like, that's
really
why I
is.
like Universal's system so much better. Like, you get an annual pass, especially the top two tiered ones. You get no freaking blackout days. You can go whenever you want. You don't have to make a stupid reservation. Like, why do they have the reservations anyway in the first place? I
So
know they brought them during COVID, right?
reservations started during COVID because of the going from 100% capacity down to 25% capacity. But then they kept slowly increasing it and opening more reservations, and now it just makes no sense. We have four parks. If it's overcrowded, like I understand if you hit that cap, but it's very rare to hit that cap. So if they hit that cap, I can understand having people outside saying you can't come in until people leave, or we're at capacity today, can't come into Magic Kingdom. But requiring people to go on and add an extra step as a pass holder just makes zero sense to me. They changed it last year where you didn't have to have a reservation if you came after 2 o'clock. Then they added the good to go days. And in all honesty, I think that the reservation system should have been ixnayed 2 years ago. They should have just been done with it. They should have just let it be how it was pre-COVID and just let people come and go as they please. We're not hitting at capacity at all four parks. It's just not happening. So there's no reason to continue this.
Yeah, I think if you're having people pay all this money per year and like just let them go whenever the hell they want. That's why they bought the pass to begin with. Why are you
Absolutely.
making them jump through hoops to visit a park they already give you thousands of dollars for? Like I have the freaking card that says my name on it. It says pass holder. Let me in. Like don't make me do all this stupid stuff just to visit your dang theme park. It's such a mess. But will I do it? Yes. I mean, I'm not gonna not do it, but I'm gonna whine and complain the entire time.
Yeah,
I think it's ridiculous. I think
it
it's so
is.
ridiculous.
In all honesty, I really wish they would just go back to the one type of annual pass, not have these tiered annual passes. And if you want to have blockout days, have certain blockout days. I get that during like Christmas, and that's why when I had the Sorcerer Pass, I completely understood. The week of Thanksgiving and 2 weeks during Christmas, busiest times of the year, makes 100% sense. But in
Hmm.
all honesty, like you set one, you'll actually lower the amount of pass holders at that point because people aren't going to want to pay a higher price anyways. That's why they have the lower tiered ones. And that's what they're banking on is just people like, oh, like us. If I have the option to pay less, I'm going to pay less. But if I had to pay more and that was the only thing available, I most likely would do it. But I don't know. I think it's just, I honestly, if I'm being 100% honest about these reservations for this, I think they're going to hype it up and they're not going to hit capacity. I think they're going to hype this up, make us all have to get reservations, and then they're going to be upset with the turnout that they get.
Yeah, I mean, it, like you said, even if they only had one pass and it was probably higher, I probably would still pay it as well. I mean,
Right?
let's be
Right?
honest. I only paid the pirate pass because it's the cheapest and it has everything that I need. I mean, it kind of stinks not being able to visit on the weekends, but it's fine for me. I don't need to go on the weekends. I'll probably spend most of my days at Universal anyway, if it's a Saturday or Sunday.
Absolutely.
Um, but do you have the sports and water park pass on yours? You do,
Yes, I
right?
do. I do.
Okay. I'm gonna get that too, I think, eventually, and then we'll
That
have to go
is,
golfing like once a week.
oh yeah, absolutely. But in all honesty, if anybody's watching and you have an annual pass, upgrading to having the sport and water package is a freaking steal. $99 for the entire year as an add-on. No blockout days at water parks. Mini golf anytime before 4 o'clock. You have three mini golf courses to choose from. Then you can also go to the walkable Disney golf course, 9 hole. And I heard from the guy who worked there, you can make multiple reservations per day on that golf course. You could do up to like 3 or 4, I believe, per day. That's like 2 full rounds of golf
Yeah,
if you do 4. That's all
yeah.
paid for. That's $50 each time you go. So 2 times going golfing, paid for it already.
And it's only 99 bucks a year.
$99 to add on for the entire year per pass.
That is not bad at all.
Well, seeing
Not
as
bad at
a
all.
seeing as like a water park pass is like for a single day, I think it's like $75, $80. That covers like one day and a round of golf, and then everything else after that in Disney math, that's free for me.
Yeah. That's Orlando theme park enthusiast math. You got the girl math, and then you have theme park creator or whatever enthusiast math right there. Theme park math. That's a trend. We gotta start making that a trend. We coined it. No one else
Absolutely.
can use it. Only Jeremy
Yep.
and I can use it for
That's for
content now.
us.
Theme park math.
TM.
That is so funny. I'm definitely using that at some point. I'll make a series out of that. Theme
That's
park math.
awesome.
That's hilarious. Oh, I got an $8 Starbucks coffee, but I didn't have to stop on the way here, so I saved money on
Exactly.
gas. Theme park,
Exactly.
theme
That,
park math.
or like the way I'd always look at it is, okay, each day I'm saving $30 on parking and a single day pass. Boom. I already paid for my pass for the year after a week. That's it. And
Theme
now
park math.
the rest of the year, completely free.
Oh, I used my annual pass for a 10% discount on this $40 shirt. That's theme park math. I need the shirt.
Absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
saving. I'm saving $3.
I'm saving
That's so
money.
funny. Did you see the comments on our video that we posted, or which one was it, about Disney competing with Universal? Someone was trying to call Universal Ghetto on there.
I did not see that.
So I'm trying to remember exactly. The guy was trying to say Universal is ghetto compared to Disney World. And then I commented back, Universal is the farthest thing from ghetto. And then I think I commented something else around the basis of you have your Disney bias, and if you think Universal is ghetto, you clearly have never been to Universal because they're farthest thing from ghetto. I've been to Kings Island in Cincinnati, and you want to talk about ghetto for a theme park, and that's a pretty highly rated theme park as well. You take like a Cedar Point or you take a Kings Island, and you try to compare them to Disney and Universal, and they're not even remotely on the same level. Yeah, if you go to Six Flags, go to a Six Flags if you want to talk about a ghetto theme park. And then
I'm
anyway,
just
and he was going, he was going on something about it took it took Universal 25 years to build a theme park that still isn't even as good as Magic Kingdom. And
Mm.
he tried then saying that the Universal parks are in disarray. And I stopped commenting after this because I'm pretty sure he was just rage baiting me. And you
Yes.
know what? I freaking felt for it 'cause I was getting worked up. If you want to talk about parks that are in disarray, you go to Animal Kingdom, go to Epcot like 2 years ago, go to Magic Kingdom later this year when all those walls are going to be up. If you want to talk about disarray and you're not mentioning Disney's current state, I think you need some serious freaking help, sir.
So
You
I can tell you,
Universal Universal. Okay, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. So
go.
Disneyland opened in 1955, and then World opened in what 71, 70? Yeah, 71. So you had from 1955 to 1999 or 1990 when studios opened, and then from 71 to 90 when it opened. So Disney has had 20 to 30 plus years head start in Universal. And if you look at what Universal has done from 1990 to now, and if you even look back from 2010 to right now, 15 years, Universal's not even close to being the same theme park that it was when it opened. So yeah, if
Absolutely.
Disney, I will still say that Disney is on top. So Disney has not been dethroned by anyone. I will still give Disney that. But if you're going to sit here and say Universal isn't close to being on the same level as Disney, or you're saying that Universal parks are in disarray, sir, you are clearly so biased by the Disney magic or facade that you can't even speak on this topic because you're so wrong. Like since 2010, I mean, Universal started with three hotels. They now have 11. They had two theme parks. They now have a third theme park and a water park. They built two Harry Potter lands, Transformers, a whole new kids Shrek area, Rip Ride. Well, I think I was '09 Rip Ride Rocket. But just countless rides, countless lands, Velocicoaster, Hulk, not Hulk, King Kong. I'm getting flustered here, as you can see, because this guy ticked me off so freaking bad. But sir, if you think Universal parks are in disarray, you go there right now, and they're in the best operating shape that they've been in a long time. There's no major construction, no lands are under construction, no rides are under refurb or retheming, anything like that. So if you think that Universal parks are in disarray, get out of my DMs and go freaking kick rocks. That's all I have to say.
Well, as somebody who used to be a huge, like, I'm still a Disney fan, but as somebody who sipped the Kool-Aid for a very long time, as I would say, and was very much Disney over Universal in absolutely every aspect, I do still think Disney is just a step above, but not
I agree.
leaps and bounds above. I made a video, I think it
Yes.
was like a year or two ago, when I was in line for Hagrid's and the garbages were overflowing, and I just used a funny sound, making it sound like,
I
Universal
know you're
was
talking about.
Ghetto. And, people were going off on me about how I'm so wrong and how Universal is so much better. And I was just arguing with them. But then, I was a pass holder for 3 years at Universal. From the time I started being a pass holder to the time I ended being a pass holder, there was a huge change. I felt like the cleanliness had gotten better over time. I felt like the preparedness by them had gotten better over time. The customer service had gotten better over time. Um, Honestly, I just feel like they're not they're behind, but they're not. It's not like leaps and bounds behind. I feel like they're
Yes.
catching up
Agree.
in a lot of areas. Their theming's getting better. Their cleanliness is getting better. Their team members are getting better. And honestly, if I'm being real, a lot of team members in the last year that I was there that we had good interactions with, I could tell and said, "You used to be a cast member, didn't you?" And they said,
Hmm.
"Yeah, but I left to come work for Universal because their benefits and stuff were better." And
Yeah.
to me, that
I agree
shows
with that.
something that's culturally changed in the corporate side of both of the parks. Universal saw something that Disney wasn't doing anymore, and they went and decided to step it up. And I think you're going to start seeing, and I saw this when I worked there, cast members used to be, and they still do, make magic, but there is like a cap now on how much magic you can make because of the corporate greed behind Disney. But I'm seeing a lot more of the resilient or the how do I say it willingness to provide magical moments at Universal now. One example that I have: some lady walked behind or in front of Aurora when we got her a butterbeer, literally hit her arm on
Hmm.
accident, but hit her arm. Butterbeer spilled all over her. Aurora's devastated, crying because her butterbeer spilled and her shirt was
Yeah,
soaked and
of
getting
course.
sticky. The team member got her a brand new butterbeer, but then a team member that was by, and we were at the cart next to Forbidden Journey, was standing at the front of Forbidden Journey, grabbed her, said, I am so sorry that that happened, took her into the gift shop, got her a brand new sweatshirt completely free. Brand new
That's so
Hogwarts
cool.
house sweatshirt. And in
Oh,
all honesty, never see that at Disney anymore. And you know why I don't see that at Disney anymore is because all of the ghetto people decided to come to Disney and try to rip them off by wearing stuff that was inappropriate,
I was gonna
doing
say
things on
this. Yeah,
purpose to try and get free things out of Disney so they don't do it anymore. And that is one thing that the internet has done. But Universal will do it on occasion. I don't see that at Disney as much as I used to. Because when I was a kid, I saw that all the time at Disneyland. Now, after I worked there and I helped make magic for people and got told, oh, you can't really do a lot of that stuff. That costs our department too much money. And I was like, do you know how much money these people paid to come here? To make a magic moment, and all I did was give kids 2 cupcakes. And I got told these magic moments cost too much money. And I'm like, really? So that's the cultural shift now. So we're going to stop making magic for people while Universal is going to switch it and they're going to start stepping up. I don't think that you can say that Universal is ghetto. I don't think you can. I don't think that they are the worst park in Orlando either. You have Busch Gardens, you have SeaWorld, you have
yeah.
Legoland, you have what is it? The America one.
Oh, the Busch Gardens
The,
water park. Some, yeah.
no, the one that's on 192 in Kissimmee, and then over by the
Whirlpool.
Fun Spot
Fun
America.
spot.
You have Fun Spot down here. How are you talking about ghetto at Universal when you have Fun Spot America? Two of them in Kissimmee.
That that's what I'm saying. Like,
Come
if
on,
this guy had to have been saying this on purpose just to try to get a reaction. There's no
absolutely.
way you can say that. You can't say that and actually believe it. And if you do believe it, you
Well,
haven't been to Universal in the past 10 years,
probably can't
15
afford
years.
to go to
And
Universal anyways.
yeah, yeah, it's getting expensive. But if you want to talk about rude ass employees and team members, step into SeaWorld. You will see the difference in their training and how their employees interact with guests. And this isn't every employee at SeaWorld, so chill out. But if their training isn't the same, the way that they interact with guests are not the same. Um, every time I would scan my ticket in to the front desk, the lady, whoever would do it, would be like, so I'd hold my phone out and they just go, and they'd stare at me, and I go, like, am I good to come in? They're like, and they just step aside. And it's like, how about you say, hello, welcome to SeaWorld. Hello, let me scan your ticket. Oh, okay, you can come in now. You're good. They're literally just scanning my ticket and then staring directly at me. Didn't even like move until I had to ask, like, can I come in, please? Will you let me in? Did it work? So if you want to talk about cultural difference and making magic and how they treat their guests, yeah, take a trip to SeaWorld Orlando, and you'd be a little shocked. And then talk to me about Universal being a ghetto theme park. Um,
Absolutely.
no, but I do understand what you're saying when Disney doesn't create as much magic just because probably trying to cut expenses. I think this is how every business in America is right now, just cutting costs, raising prices, trying to maximize profit. It's just how corporate America is right now. So, and it stinks because Disney's had a really good reputation about being, a place where forget about all your problems and have fun and we create magic, but it's definitely not like that anymore. It's all about getting as many people as you can through the door, increasing profits, and just delivering the bare minimum. So it stinks. It stinks, but
Absolutely.
that's just where we are at the moment. But yeah, that dude definitely got under my skin a little bit. So I had to let some of that out. I had a whole section in my notes of stuff that I was typing out earlier as I was going back and forth in the comments. I think I got most of it, but you get my point about
Yeah.
if you think
Oh, I
Universal's
get
ghetto.
it.
I mean, just go to Animal Kingdom and go to Magic Kingdom in the next couple of months, and yeah, we'll talk about ghetto then, good sir. Um, I do think Universal though increased their ticket amounts for Epic Universe. That first week that we both noticed was insanely low crowd levels, but now as they're starting to get more and more into their day-to-day normalities. Wait times have increased a lot, so I think they definitely are increasing ticket capacity. I did see someone posted today, maybe on Twitter or something like that. You can buy like day tickets for days that have been sold out. So I think they're just trying to increase it to its normal level. So this will probably be the crowd levels we expected upon opening. What we're seeing
Absolutely.
now, which not surprised at all. I mean, not surprised at all.
I was ready for it. And honestly, I think now that a lot of the kids are out of school down here, you're going to see the locals now getting the chance to go into Epic Universe. Um, so I think that we're going to see a big increase in crowd capacity.
Someone, Bill Nye the Disney guy. I went to Epic a few times now, and at this point, I personally think it's very overrated as a park.
Interesting.
I will say, I will say, the hype did get a little out of control
Yeah.
for a minute there.
Yeah.
It was a little much. I loved Epic. Did I think that it was like the absolute greatest theme park ever created? No. Is it a great theme park? Yes, but I do. I don't think it's overrated, but I do think the hype for a little bit there was a little much.
I
Um,
agree.
yeah, I sort of kind of agree with that. Um,
I would say
yeah.
before we can actually say that it's overrated, we need to give them a few years.
Okay.
Give it a few years
Yeah.
because you gotta let the theme park grow. You gotta let it get its bearings. I think a lot of people are saying it's overrated because first of all, the amount of people who complain there's no shade, there's no cover for rain. You gotta let the shrubbery grow. You gotta let them figure these little kinks out so where they can come up with ideas to fix it. I I think that the hype did get a little high for it, but there's a reason for that. We haven't had a brand new theme park in like 25 years, like an actual
Hmm.
theme park. And so
So
saying that
I want to ask Bill. Bill, did you go during previews or did you go after it opened? Because he was saying last time I went, literally everything was broken in a 120 plus minute wait. So if you went during previews, I think that's kind of on your own self. But I think if you went during opening, now that it's operational, like and fully open, I think you'd have a different experience. Oh,
that's
you went to
also why
both. Okay.
that's why I'm saying you got to give it a few years because think about this, like when all these other parks first opened, you have huge crowds coming there because it's new. It's the thing. It's the golden child. Everybody wants to come see it. But give it a couple years, and once it stops being the mecca of where everybody's coming to see, then you can go based on that again. Because you think Magic Kingdom, if we open Magic Kingdom now, right now, and it was brand new, would you say it's overrated? Because you got to go to it and all the wait times were 120 minutes because everybody went. I mean,
Mm-hmm. That's a good
it's
point.
unfair to say that because, in my opinion, I love Magic Kingdom. Do I think it's overrated sometimes? The wait times are still crazy there. The park's been around for 50 years, and we're
Mm-hmm.
still having those crowds. Like, you can't say that it's overrated because of wait times when you go look at Disney's wait times. And I'm not waiting 120 minutes to go on Rise of the Resistance for the millionth time. Like, come on.
Okay. Okay. You first of all, Bill, you can't compare Guardians to Mario Kart. He said, "I'd rather wait 500 minutes for Guardians than a 30-minute wait for Mario Kart." You picked the
That's
worst ride in the park
completely
to try to
different.
compare it to Guardians. Get out of here. And screw your birds too. You
I,
can't compare. That's like trying to compare like
You got to compare Guardians to Stardust Racers at Epic if you're going to compare it.
yeah,
You got
like that's
that.
fair.
That's
Like
what you.
yeah,
you
but no, I agree with what you're saying. Like you can't necessarily judge it
okay,
in it being overrated because
here's a
it's
good
so different.
question for that. If we're going to talk about Mario Kart, would you rather wait an hour to go on Mario Kart or an hour to go on Tomorrowland Speedway? Like it's like apples and
Neither.
oranges. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, like you can't compare Guardians to the worst ride in Epic Universe. And, oh my, that ride is absolutely so freaking bad. I hated it. They had the augmented glasses. I ended up taking them off halfway through the ride. The set, the set was better than the augmented reality, and I was starting to get like a headache because all you freaking do, you put on these glasses and then you press two buttons on the steering wheel and then you just turn it left or right when the arrow on the screen says so. It's the dumbest ride, and you're going literally slower than living with the land on it.
I'd rather
So
go
dumb.
into the go-kart place in Kissimmee that's been around for 80 years than ride that.
Have you ever been to that Andretti place on
I've
Universal
never
Boulevard?
been there. No.
I've been inside, but I never paid to do anything. They have an indoor
All right.
go-kart track. It looks
We're,
pretty cool.
we're this is what we're doing. We're gonna eventually go to all these random little places like Andretti, Top Golf. We're gonna start rating these things outside of the regular
Yes.
theme parks as other things that you
Yeah.
can do. 'Cause I want to go to Top Golf. I've never been. I want to go to Andretti. I want to ride go-karts. Like I want to do that stuff.
Yes. I was actually thinking something that could be funny for our channel is you and I play around a golf and we post it on the Coasters and Brosters
We should do
channel.
it. We
That'd be
should
kind of
do
cool.
it.
That'd be really cool.
Yes, absolutely.
Bill Nye asks if do you guys think Velocicoaster is better than Stardust? I think Velocicoaster is still personally better. Jeremy
I've
has
never
not been
done
to Epic yet. I'm
Stardust,
trying to bully
so
him into going, but I personally think Velocicoaster is still king.
yeah.
Stardust though is insane. I like the yellow track better than the green. I went on the green first because I couldn't remember which one was more intense. And then I got back in line to the yellow, and I was like, "Holy smokes!" Like it's a great coaster, but Velocicoaster will always be my favorite. Um,
It's gonna be a tough one when I try it because I love Velocicoaster.
yeah, we should go together for your first time.
We should.
Take it epic. That'd be dope. I think you'd really like it. Are you have you seen the How to Train Your Dragon movies?
I haven't watched all of them. I've seen the first one. I like it. It's just
It's yeah.
I'm not home much to watch them because my daughter watches them while I'm gone. So I don't really sit there. I mean, I am kind of excited to see how their live action does.
I'm excited for it to come
Kind
out.
of interested. So I've seen videos of Isle of Berk and I think it looks really cool. Honestly, out of all of them, I think that looks like the coolest land.
Chef's
I think
kiss.
they did a top tier job on that. Honestly, I saw somebody make a video the other day of like a sixth portal and they did an entire Oz thing with Wicked and I was like, that would be kind of dope. That would be kind of
Okay.
dope.
I never
I'd
saw
be
that
down
movie
for
though.
that. I
Yeah.
I actually really liked Wicked. We saw it two, three times in theaters. We bought it the day it came out, and honestly, I've been counting down the days until the second one comes out. I thought it was a great movie.
I need to see it because they had that big pop-up store at Universal Studios, which was a sweet, cool store. But I never saw the movie, so it really didn't mean a whole lot to me. But I mean, the movie went insanely viral. Like
Makes sense.
it was a huge pop culture sensation.
It was
So
good.
I do need to go.
The music was fantastic. The music was so good in that movie.
Yeah,
I was listening to that
yeah.
soundtrack for so long.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for that How to Train Your Dragon live action. I think I'm gonna go see it in theaters. And then, like a couple weeks later, the new Jurassic World comes out with Scarlett Johansson. So,
And
uh,
it's got the guy that plays Fiero in Wicked. He's in that movie.
oh, well, there you go. There you go. I did not know that. I don't know who that is. So
He's
cool. No,
become
I think it
he's
looks
I
good
can't
though.
remember his name. He's also from that show that everybody's going crazy over on Netflix, the Bridgerton. He's on that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No,
Gosh,
and
it's hot
then
out here.
there's a lot of movies, kind of good movies coming out. I mean,
Yeah, it's gonna
there's
be a
another
good summer
Karate
for
Kid came out.
movies.
The Karate Kid
Is
with
that out
Jackie
yet?
Chan's in it. I think it came out today. I think
Okay.
it is
It's got
out now.
Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio are in it.
Yes, yes, from the OGs. Yes.
That's pretty sick. That would be pretty sick. I liked
Um,
I liked the old Karate Kid movies. I wasn't a huge fan of the newer one with Jaden Smith,
Jaden
but you
Smith.
know,
I like that one a lot actually. I saw it when I was like 11, so it hit close to home.
oh my gosh, it's been that long.
It was
Wow.
around then, but what was I gonna say? Um, yeah, when I was like 13 or 14, I got all three of the Karate Kid movies on discs. So
Sweet.
I have actually seen the OG ones. Wax on, Danielson, wax off. And then the new one was like, put on your jacket, take off your jacket, pick up your jacket. Jackie Chan. That movie
Yep,
actually was
yep.
insanely good. That movie made me want to do karate growing up. I never got into it. I took like one karate class in like the sixth grade, and I was like, never mind. Actually,
And my
um,
parents wouldn't let me do it.
Someone said that person's name is Jonathan Bailey.
Yes, that's his name, Jonathan
Okay,
Bailey. Good
right
actor.
on.
Good actor.
Okay, I don't know who that is. What's up, Mark? Parks with Mark, St. Louis Six Flags expert. I love watching his videos. I've never been there, so it's cool to see.
Never been there.
What else is going on? What else is going on? When
Let
does
me
Test
see.
Track reopen?
There's no official date yet. They're still testing it.
Okay. Oh, and I saw at the Universal Hollywood, the Fast and Furious ride, they started putting trains on the track, and the trains are
Sweet.
actually shaped like Fast and Furious cars. So you have like Dom's black, what is it, a Charger, and then you'll have like one of Brian's fancy sports cars. So they started putting the trains on the tracks. That ride looks insane.
Yeah,
It
it
literally
does.
looks insane. I'm
It
so
does.
excited for that to open.
It's gonna be good.
Someone said Five Nights at Freddy at HHN just got announced.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard somebody say something about that. I've never seen Five Nights at Freddy's or played the game, so I have no idea what it even is.
Can you see me right now? Okay, because I switched to a different tab. I want to know if that's true. I never saw the movies either, but we haven't had a HHN house announcement. We've had nothing for HHN.
Yeah, they haven't
I
even
know
said anything about tickets yet, and Disney's been like a couple weeks on Not So Scary.
look on their Instagram. Hold on. This is a live breaking announcement on the Coasters and Coast broadcast of Halloween Horror Nights announcements. Hold on. Hold on. Oh shoot, yeah. More details coming soon, but it's the Universal HHN logo with one of the bears like on top, and it just says more details coming soon. Five Nights at
Sweet.
Freddy's is coming in a whole new way to this year's Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights in both Hollywood and Orlando. More details coming soon. Okay, they posted
Nice.
that 14 minutes ago, so we're
That's
probably gonna
sweet.
get a house or a scare zone. Hmm. People always troll on TikTok Live. Well, I know No Toast actually, so that I should have believed him in the first time. But people are always like, "I'm behind you," or I
Oh
see
yeah.
you," and they're like not even in the parks or whatever.
Oh
The
yeah.
my favorite one is getting trolled on TikTok was like, if I'd be at Universal, they're like, "Oh my God, I love Epcot." Get the fuck.
I would
Oh,
always get the I'm right behind you, and I'd be like, "What am I wearing?" And they're like a Spirit jersey and a white hat. I'm like, "That's what I wear every single
I wear that
day."
every day.
So
What's up, Robbie?
pictures or it didn't
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, Tim. Yeah,
Robbie,
Alex, I'll take what didn't happen for $100, please.
I just saw
Um,
Robbie and Chris 2 days ago.
oh, you did? Where at?
They came and visited me at work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice. Did they throw any?
Chris did. Chris got to try both the axes and he did the virtual range too. So that was pretty cool. They had a good time.
Nice, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, I always see Robbie's posts or whatever. Looks like he's having a good time in the villages down there for sure.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what else. What else is going on in Orlando? I haven't been there in a long time. 2 weeks,
Well,
3 weeks.
I saw a lot of people posting stuff about the new shows at Disney, and the lines were absolutely insane at Hollywood
Hmm.
Studios the first day that they opened. Uh, but other than that, I haven't seen a whole lot of new stuff. They haven't really dropped a lot of new merch other than for that show. The villain show had a lot of new merch, couple T-shirts. Um, but I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's kind of a lull period before the
Kind of
kids got
is.
out of school. I'm interested to see what we got going on for the rest of summer. I don't really
Is
think
Epcot in
there's
the middle of the
much.
festival? Is it Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot?
Yeah, it's the tail end of Flower and Garden Festival. Honestly, the festival, like my favorite thing from that festival every year is the frushi over in Japan. It's usually like a fruit sushi. It's got a sweet rice. They have a couple different fruits in there. It's usually got like a pink sweet soy paper, and then they had last year it was like drizzled with a strawberry sauce and whipped cream, and this year it was weird because instead of like that stuff, they put coconut cream on them and then just put like dried coconut over the top. Was not a big fan of it this year. And they gave you less. Last year there was 4 pieces. This year there's three, same price. I was like, I don't know.
Was there a new lounge or something that opened up at Epcot? A
Yes,
new lounge?
there's a new lounge. I cannot remember the name of it, but it's over by
EO
Spaceship
something,
Tunnel.
right?
Yeah, EO 185 or something. I don't know, something weird. I saw what's his name, Cole Bibbity Bobbity Beard. He posted a video
Yeah,
about it. So that's
yeah.
all I saw about it. But I don't know. I was looking at the menu. I was talking to my friend Joey from California, who's coming in September, and he was looking at the menu, and the menu prices were pretty high. I mean, it was
Yeah, that's what
like
Robbie was saying.
the
It's
drinks
really pricey.
themselves are like 15-20 bucks a piece. The food options you're looking at like $20+ for pretty much appetizer size food. So I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go there. It doesn't officially open until June 4th. So
Oh,
right now
okay.
they're just doing
That's
kind of a preview, but it
that's why I
opens
have
on
to go.
June 4th, which is my wife's birthday. So I was like, maybe I should take her for her birthday, but we have family in town. So,
Oh, okay.
and it's been
Well,
hot.
maybe another
I don't want to
time.
go.
Um, Last time that I was in Epcot was when I drank around the world.
I was there. Still have a
Part of
video.
me,
What's up,
part of me,
brother?
what's up, brother? Part of me like wants to do it again, but part of me like never wants to spend
Okay,
$165 on
you
a
gotta
wedding drink.
do it. You gotta do it with somebody else and only drink half of it. You and Vic were
No,
both drinking your
no,
own
no,
drinks, dude.
no, no. I ain't doing
No.
none of that
Ugh.
sissy shit. If I'm doing it, I'm doing it right. I get my own drink. I'm drinking the whole thing. I ain't doing no splitting. Who do I look
All right.
like? I'm from the
Well,
Midwest. They put beer in bottles
that
up here,
that was
Jeremy.
obvious when you drank that day that you were from the Midwest. That was obvious. Ohio
That's
native. I swear, people were like watching you walk. They're like, he's from Ohio, huh? And I was like, yeah.
yeah. I I ended up having like so we finished that. I finished my 11th drink and then we went to Mexico and I ended up doing three tequila shots on top of that to close the
Yeah,
night out.
you were shooting up tequila while you were supposed to go on Guardians with
I was supposed
me.
to go on, yeah, I was supposed to go on Guardians with Jeremy. I literally bought us lightning lanes, and then I was just too distracted or whatever to go on it. I ended up having 11 drinks and three tequila shots at the end of the night.
I
Man,
wrote it
that
two
was a
times while you were doing that. It was fun.
yeah.
You would
Because then
have
I got
thrown
you a
up though.
reservation. That's when they were
You
doing
would have,
virtual queue. I got you a VQ.
yeah, you would have thrown up if you would have gone on it though.
Yeah, no, I did the right thing in that moment. I think not going on it is probably for the. I probably wouldn't have made it through the line because I would have had to use the restroom 5 times.
Oh yeah, probably,
I go to the restroom every
probably.
like 15 minutes when I inhale alcoholic beverages like that.
Well,
Have you ever done
hopefully,
it, or would you do it?
no, nope. I don't drink.
No.
I
Oh,
very,
well,
very, very rarely drink. It would have to be like, it would have to be like a very special occasion for me to do something like that.
my return. Is that not special enough?
I mean, it is, but it's hot out, and I really don't want to feel like that while it's hot out because I will
No,
throw
no,
up.
no. You're okay. Maybe I'll get Chris to do it. We're like, Chris,
Nah.
let's go to Disney. Let's just go to Epcot. Drop
See,
165 bucks.
the last time I really, oh gosh, the last time I drank, I think it was with Chris when we were at Epcot, and I had,
Bro.
oh man, that day was wild. It was like 98 degrees outside, and we were out there and we were park hopping. We went to Epcot, and I think I had two of the moonshine sours, and I downed them both because it was so freaking hot, and
Hmm.
yeah, I was pretty buzzed.
Something about day drinking in a Disney park, dude. Like, I'll just start putting them down, unwarranted. Like, you don't even gotta like convince me or gnaw at me. I'll just be like, give me another drink. Let's do it.
Where did we go the other day? Oh, we went to Miller's Ale House, and their
Oh
house
yeah, yeah.
margarita. I love Miller's, by the way. Every Wednesday, I
They're
love
fun.
going there because it's Wing Wednesday. So wings are only like a buck a piece, so it's ideal. But you go there, and their house margarita is only $4.99. And so like Kendra was looking at the menu, she's like, their margarita is $4.99. I would be paying like $18 for that at Epcot. I was like,
Oh my God,
yeah.
yeah.
And it wasn't a
Um,
small margarita either. It was pretty big.
have you been to that Miller's on iDrive? That's kind of near Icon Park. That's like my favorite one. Does the one that you go to have like an outdoor, like half? It's like half indoor, half
Yeah.
outdoor.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
I go
Yeah.
to the
Millers
we
are
go
really
to the
good.
one in we go to the one in Champions Gate a lot. I like the Champions Gate one.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
favorite one is actually like a mile away from. Anytime I go down to go to either like a baseball game at George Steinbrenner or go to Raymond James Stadium, they have a Miller's like a mile away from there. And every time I go there, that is the best food I've ever had at a Miller's. Every single time, and they're always busy.
In Tampa.
Yeah, in Tampa, it's the best
Gotcha.
one.
Gotcha. In Epcot, do you start in Mexico or are you a loser and go to Canada?
I'm a Canada guy.
This guy.
Canada,
Why?
Canada. Why? Because that's the way you're supposed to go. You don't start in Mexico. You don't start with tequila. You don't start that. You go the other way. You start with either whiskey or you start with a beer over in Canada.
Labatt, a Labatt Blue.
You don't go over to Mexico and ruin your day. Halfway through the day,
No.
you're already done. Can't remember
Disagree.
where you are. Ugh.
Or you or you start in Mexico and then you end in Mexico. Do what
No,
I
you
do.
don't do that. No, that's disgusting. That's disgusting.
I don't know. I always start in Mexico. I just do. I don't know why. I just something about going left first and starting
If I could
in Mexico is just my
start
move.
if I could start in America, I would start in America.
Damn right.
Best country in the world.
Or you get those oddball people. They're like, we started in France because we take the Skyliner. It's like, okay, then you're missing Canada. You're missing England.
Oh, you're so cool.
Oh, you're so pretentious taking the Skyliner.
I'm going on the Skyliner because I'm staying at the beach club. Cool. Get
I'm
over it.
saying
You
at
know,
top century.
I took the
Um,
Skyliner and I'm gonna wait 2 hours to get on Ratatouille to start my day. Good for you.
all right.
Awesome.
Here's a good question. What is the best form of transportation from a theme park to a resort?
Skyliner,
You think the Skyliner is the best?
100%.
I honestly am a big fan of the water taxis at Universal. If you stay at Portofino, Hard Rock, or Royal Pacific, just hop on the boat. Takes you to the City Walk drop-off area. Those are pretty nice, especially if it's like morning time. You're seeing the sun come up. It's kind of nice.
I mean, I've been on the Skyliner right when they open the parks. I've been on the Skyliner late at night. It's a vibe, man. If you go early in the morning and you're catching the sunrise on the Skyliner, that's a and you're up high and you get to see all the parks. It's pretty dope. And then at night, if you're going from Epcot to Hollywood Studios and you're seeing Luminous on your left, and then looking over and you see part of Fantasmic, like that, and then you could hear the music from Fantasmic as you're coming into Hollywood Studios. That's something else. I will never say monorail. People who are monorail stands, I do not understand you guys. The monorail it's okay, but it smells like a horse stall
It stinks
inside of the
so bad
monorail.
on there. So
I
bad.
don't care what you say.
Monorail.
I personally, now here's a question for you. If you're going into Magic Kingdom and you're getting from the TTC, are you taking the monorail or the ferry boat?
I think 9 times out of 10, I'm taking the monorail unless the line's backed up. The ferry just takes too long. Monorail smells, but it's usually always pretty quick.
If you're taking the monorail, which one are you taking? Are you taking the direct one to Magic Kingdom, or are you seeing the long line there and stepping over to the side and taking the resort monorail?
I would prefer to take the direct one, but if the line's too long, I don't mind going to the resort one.
I always do
Here's the question.
resorts.
If I'm leaving Magic Kingdom, I'll take the resort one because the line is shorter.
True.
That's
Usually, unless it's like
usually.
right after park closing, that's when I would always take my little walk over to Contemporary and get on it at
That too.
Contemporary.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they have that walking path fixed between Floridian and Polynesian now, so you can walk
Yeah,
around.
I used to.
That's honestly
I
my
took that
move.
even when it was closed. When it was closed, I still
I
took it.
figured
I
out how to
didn't
get
care.
through.
You just go out on the street, man.
I ain't trying to do all that, but they had that freaking path blocked off for the longest time. So
Yeah.
honestly, I would rather just walk what's an extra 20-minute walk you've been walking for the past 4 hours just to get to your car. So I honestly, walking is kind of the move. You don't have to wait, and I'm so impatient. I don't like having to wait and stand in line.
I actually really like the walking path, especially at night. Like you
So
get to
nice.
go through the different resorts. It's quiet. There's hardly ever any people walking. In the morning though, If it's hot out, it sucks. But if it's not hot out, it's actually really nice to just like go to the TTC, skip the security, just walk straight to Poly, take the walking path, go straight to the gate, go into Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
Sometimes it was faster for me. Like I timed it and I would get there faster. And I was like, dang, this is a really nice little secret. But speaking of that, I have noticed so many more videos lately of people ruining more things for locals here that we know about the parks. My hidden little secret. I'm like, shut up. There's a reason that it's a hidden secret. Shut up.
I've done so many of those, and I've had people in the comments. Why now everyone knows about it? Why would you spoil that? It's like I wanted the clicks. I'm sorry. I wanted the views.
I
Wait,
needed the
no,
clout, guys. I needed it.
I needed the clout. I was a up and coming content creator. I needed the 20,000
Gosh.
views.
Oh,
How's it going,
oh.
Chris? We were just talking about you.
Also, if I'm gonna be
I know
honest,
what you mean, though.
if I'm gonna be honest, if you're a local, you don't have to be a content creator. I'm just throwing that out there.
You don't have to. No, you
You don't
don't.
have to.
There are
I feel
plenty
like
of
a
local.
lot of people that come here and are like, I'm gonna move to Orlando. I'm gonna be a content creator. And if that's your sole purpose, mm, might not be the move. I didn't move here to
Yeah,
be a content creator. I moved here to work at Disney and then just happened to become a content creator for a while. But I don't
that's
know.
how I was. Yeah, like I always wanted to do like YouTube and stuff. I don't even. I'm trying to kickstart my YouTube now, but like I didn't like move to Orlando and then like that was my sole purpose. Like I just kind of so happened to start making videos and then it was really fun and then I started getting followers and stuff and then it kind of just worked out that way. It was never my
I'm just
dream. It's like
I've just heard so many people recently on TikTok saying like we moved to Orlando to do this. I'm like,
I saw a girl do that. She hasn't posted that exact thing. I probably have seen the
and
same video.
I'm
Good
like,
luck,
come on.
girl. That's all I gotta
Like
say.
it's cool. Like if you can come up with creative content, more power to you. But if you're doing this to make money, good luck. Good luck. This is not a money bag. This is a lot of people seem to think it's a money bag, and it is not.
It is not a money bag. You can make money.
You can.
It's very hard to make money that you enough to live off of, though.
Well,
It takes a
especially
little bit.
especially all these people that really want to get those brand deals. I mean, I had that vision in my head too when I was doing it, and when I started growing, I was like, I want those brand deals, so I don't have to do make money off of views and live streaming and stuff like that. And I was like, man, these are hard to come by. I mean, there's a for every one of us that was making content, there's a dime a dozen, a dime a
Yeah,
dozen.
it's funny you say that because every time I get on TikTok now, like you will see at least like 2 to 3 people streaming Universal. And for the longest time, I was the sole Universal streamer. And
Yeah,
now
it's true.
everyone wants to be a content creator and everyone wants to stream. And now at least 2 or 3 people are always streaming at Universal. So you know what? You're welcome for me kicking that off because there was one
You
time in the entire
definitely,
world I would be the only person ever streaming there for
you
months and weeks at a time.
definitely kicked off the TikTok trend, I will say, because I never
Oh,
that
that's smart.
I do know there was a few that did YouTube there like years ago. I don't know if they still do it, but you definitely kicked off the TikTokers going in there. But the hard thing is, and I was like, I had a conversation with somebody recently about this. What point are we going to start seeing all the parks say no more streaming on rides? Like, at what point are we going to see that? And I think that's honestly going to be soon. I think it will be.
I mean, Universal is already pretty strict on their no streaming on ride policy. They only allow it on a handful, just because their rides are a little bit more intense. I mean,
Absolutely.
per
Well,
capita than
most of their rides have lockers. You have to put all your
exactly.
stuff in a locker, which I totally get. And when I was streaming, I was like, "This sucks. I can't stream on this ride." Blah blah blah. And then you look at it as a safety perspective. Uh, it's smart
I
on their
understand.
part. It's smart on their part. You
I
don't
think
need
it
those
just
losses.
ruins other guest experiences. Like
I do too.
I didn't stream on a lot of rides when I was there. Like Cat in the Hat and like ET were the only two, and sometimes I like felt embarrassed doing it, and I would like try to hold the phone as close as possible to my chest so
Mm-hmm.
my screen
Mm-hmm.
didn't illuminate around me, and I would never talk.
100%.
So I did not like streaming on rides. I just kind of felt uncomfortable, and I always hated waiting in line. Like it's so boring for the
That's the
viewer
one.
just to look at the back of someone's head for like 30 minutes while we're gonna go. I'm like trying so hard not to cuss today. Like standing in line for 30 minutes, I've like almost dropped the F bomb like 4 times. Standing in line, all you see is the back of someone's head. Like for 30 minutes, I'm like looking like an idiot sitting here trying to talk to myself. Like, oh, thanks for the roses. Yeah, this is ET for the 100th time. Like, I hated doing that. If it was a walk on,
Yeah.
sure, no problem. I
Yeah.
would probably go on it and stream it, but for the most part, I didn't really like streaming on rides a whole lot.
I think I had like really bad, like when I stopped streaming, I had like really bad streamer guilt, I would say. Like I
Exactly.
started going to the parks without doing it again, and like I realized like I mean, granted, I literally would always turn my brightness all the way down, and I had a
Hmm.
privacy screen so people couldn't
Yeah.
see what was on the screen. And I don't think a lot of people do that, and I think that that's a really odd thing not to do. Would not want people like looking over at the side of my screen or reading stuff off of there. It's kind of weird, but I realized after going back to the parks after streaming that I was like, man, I wonder if I really ever ruined somebody's experience on one of these rides,
It's
or if I
possible.
ruined their time in line, which, in line is a little different because people do talk in line to each other. Some people will be on the phone while they're in line, and stuff like that. So I never really saw like a big deal with people streaming in line. But after revisiting it and watching other people and not all of them. I think some of them are very, very polite. There are a few that I would say are extremely polite when they are on rides and do a very good job of being very quiet and not showing the light on their screen. Um, but then there are some that just talk so loud. And I've been at the parks and I hear them, and I don't even know who they are, but I can hear them, and I'm just like, that is, I really hope I didn't do that. That was my
Yeah,
whole thing, is I really hope I didn't do that.
I was watching a Disneyland streamer. I literally couldn't tell you who it was, and he's on a ride, and he's just like, "Thank you for the roses. Oh, this is this ride. Oh, look at this over here. Look at this." And he's like yelling on this ride. I'm like, dude, will you shut the hell up? Like, do you think you're that famous? You're not the only person on that ride. I'm guaranteed there's someone sitting right next to you. Like, shut the hell up and let them enjoy your ride. Like, and if people are watching, they don't want to hear your stupid voice on the ride. Like,
Like I
they want to
get
hear what the
it.
ride is.
Like I get like wanting to stream, and I really enjoyed it when I did it, and wanting to show people that can't come stuff that's going on in the parks. But at the same time, like you have to be very, very courteous while you're there. You have to
You
be
do, man.
extremely courteous
You have to have your
because you're
sixth
just
sense
gonna,
on at all times.
I mean, we've talked about it before. There's like a surrounding bubble of all creators are like this. That people just see it and they think all of them are roped into one bubble of every one of them is awful. And they're not. But I honestly see a day soon where the parks are going to say no more recording on rides. And I think there was going to be loopholes around that. Nobody's going to know if you're wearing meta glasses and recording on a ride or live streaming from those. And on all honesty, I think those are actually pretty cool. And I think that that could be the new future of streaming would be those glasses. So you're not carrying your phone around, you're not having your brightness up and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
If they could have like some kind of little screen inside of it where you could actually read the comments would be kind of cool. That would be advanced technology, I know, but I honestly see that as the future of that kind of stuff. I think a lot of people will jump on that wagon. Or if you had them on and you were able to read your screen without it being like up like this. Because, I mean, I was literally looking at my pictures on my Disney experience the other day when I'm on rides. The amount of pictures that I had from 2022 to
Yeah.
2024
All you
with
see is
my
like your phone.
phone up in my face, it honestly made me sick. Like, I was like, I'm at Disney World. Like, all my
Yeah,
pictures have
why
me with
why am I
my,
doing this?
and I had pictures of me with my family on rides, and my phone is like right there. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I missed out on so many pictures with them because I was holding my stupid phone in front of my face. Ah,
Yeah, that's a really good way to look at it. Like when you stream, man, like you have to be on your best freaking behavior at all times because
hmm
there's someone watching you. There's someone waiting for you to mess up so they can bash you, put you all over the
Absolutely.
internet. This guy didn't. I remember one time. This is when I was actually gonna stream on a ride. I had my express after 4. I was gonna go in. I went in and I had the team member scan my pass, and I didn't say thank you to him. 2 seconds later, someone comments,
Mm,
"You really didn't say thank you to that team member." And mind you, I'm a person that says thank you, please, excuse me, like in my everyday life. And this is the
absolutely.
one time that I forgot. And of course, I had my phone out streaming, and someone had to catch that. And that kind of
Absolutely.
like pissed me off. It's like, okay, you've been watching for the last 60 seconds. This is the first person I've interacted with, and this is the one time that I slip up. And of course, I'm gonna get berated for it.
Absolutely.
Of course, but
It's like,
Mhm.
it's frustrating
It's a
because
double-edged
you know
sword.
that
Like
it
I,
is. It
I
is.
I enjoy streaming, and I'll probably do it again to an extent when I return. Probably not quite as much. I mean, I'm sure when I first get back, it'll be all I do for at least probably the first 2 weeks, just because I'm so anxious to do it again. But I don't think I will do it as much. I think I'm really going to focus on my
Content.
video
Yeah.
quality, and I really want to try to kickstart my YouTube and start pumping out weekly YouTube videos. I probably will stream again, but I don't think I'll do it to the extent that
I
I did
mean,
before.
I feel like as a content creator, you kind of like evolve with the craft. So streaming was really good at one point to gain followers really fast. And you know that
Oh
just
my
as
God,
well as I
yes,
do.
yes.
There
We
was
talk
a
about that all the
point
time.
where it was like, oh man, I'm getting 1,000 followers a day when I'm going streaming. Like and you get that high feeling. But then I feel like as you mature with it, it becomes more about quality. It should at least become more
Yes,
about
that's how it
quality
was for me.
content. And there's so many people that I see that stream, but that's all they do. They don't make videos. And like if you want to be a full-time streamer, more power to you. Go do it. Be the best that you can be, but be courteous to people. But I feel like once I got later and later, I was like more about like I started making better videos towards the end of me making videos, and I was learning more about it, and it takes a lot more time. There's a
It
lot
does.
more craft to it, and I feel like once you get to that point, you got to focus on the content, and the content actually, if anybody's listening to it, is that's the actual moneymaker. The
It
streaming
is,
is
dude.
not the moneymaker.
It is not.
Unless you are sitting there begging for gifts, the streaming is not the moneymaker at all. It's the views on your videos, it is the watch time on your YouTube, it is the subscribers on your YouTube. It is not the followers you get on TikTok. It is not the amount of time you're streaming. You do not get paid to stream. So,
Unless you have like 600 plus TikTok subscribers, you want to focus on your views and getting in that creator fund, because that is seriously where you make buku money on TikTok, is the creator fund and getting views. Like that's how you become a full time content creator. Yeah,
absolutely.
but no,
Absolutely.
your videos where you started doing really good videos, like your Disney tip videos, like they started like performing really well too. I remember that. Like you started making really good videos, like right as I was leaving.
Yeah. I mean, I started once we started hanging out more and we were actually making videos together at the park,
It did well.
like watching your videos, I was like, okay, I can learn from this and I can grow in how I'm making my videos. 'Cause before, like, let's be honest, putting a video together that is just a caption with a picture and music is not going to do well in this day and age. You have to have something that's interesting. You have to have something that's going to catch the audience's attention in the first 5 seconds, or you're done. And I didn't do that for a really long time. And I was always like, man, my videos suck. It's not that they suck. It's just it's not what TikTok's looking for. You got to go with what they're looking for, and you can make money. I never made any money. I made my W-2 from 2024 or whatever it is that I get from TikTok. I made $43 in taxable income off of TikTok, and that's including my subscribers. So I did not make much money because I also lowered my subscription price to $1.99, which means I was making $1 per subscriber. And they only start counting the taxable income after you make that $600. And so I literally made no money. And when I put my thing in for the taxes, I was like, yeah, that's why I need to go find another job, is because this is not going to pay my bills. I had 1 month out of the 2 years that I was a streamer, 1 month where I paid my bills with the amount of money I made off of TikTok. And it was off of one great month of subscribers and people were sending gifts like crazy that month, but I hated asking for it. I was not
Yeah.
going to be that guy. But yeah, I mean, if people are looking to make money off of it, focus on
It's views.
content,
It's views and
views.
brand deals. Yeah, making money streaming. I don't know, I felt like dirty almost. Like I'm asking everyday people to give me like their hard-earned money just because I'm just literally in a theme park walking around. And I hated like just like the thought of it. Like towards the end was like seriously, just I just didn't feel good about it. And I mean, I would literally never ask someone to donate any money. Like people do it
It's,
out of the kindness of their heart, and I literally appreciate it to the ends of the earth. But like I could never sit on a stream and ask people to donate money to me. I literally would not be able to do it.
I mean, there was times when people would pay for me to get food, pay for meals and stuff like that. And the amount of times that I would say no, but people and other people send me money on Venmo and I tried to decline it and they wouldn't let me and stuff like that. Like that stuff, very grateful for. And anybody who ever sent me anything, I appreciate it and
Absolutely.
absolutely was thankful for that. But like you said, you feel kind of dirty when you ask for that gift money. The one time that I asked for gifts was during the TikTok Live Fest. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but I donated every single penny of it to charity. We gave, I made, I want to say I made like $700 or something like that after TikTok took their cut. And we gave half of it to Tim Tebow Foundation and gave half of it to another, can't remember the name of it now. I gave half of it to another foundation that was to help protect children, and I did it on live. So like, I gave it on live so people could see that because I didn't want to get the oh you took the money and you just ran with it. But at the same time, it's just like I still, even though I knew I was giving it away, I still felt gross asking people to hit that gift goal, and it irks me even
Yeah.
hearing it when I'm flipping through
Yeah.
TikTok. Hey guys, we got to hit this gift goal.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Like
battlers, the
I'm
battlers.
so eternally grateful. Like if you want to donate, like you you do not have to. Like I would never ask you to. Don't ever feel obligated to. If you do, like just know like it's yeah, like I appreciate you more than you know. But like I just could never be like, oh my god, donate, subscribe, like just bleh. Like no. If you want to do it, like by all means, but don't even feel obligated like you have to.
I
Like
mean,
just don't.
especially with like our podcast, for example, we're never gonna ask you guys to like donate money to us. All we want you to do is follow us. Just follow.
Hit follow
Subscribe to
on
the
Spotify and
podcast.
then listen. Listen for at least
Yeah,
the first 60 seconds.
that's all
That's
you got
all.
to do. Share it with your friends. We'll ask you to share. That's it.
We'll ask
I
you to
mean,
share. We'll ask you to listen. We'll never ask you to donate money.
like if we ever get to the point where we're making money off of this kind of stuff, that's just gonna make it so we can make better content.
Exactly.
That's all it's gonna do. That way we can go and do HHN. We can go and do uh, Epic Universe. We can go and do these things and talk about it on the pod. But I'm never gonna be in a position where I ask people for actual
No.
monetary money.
No.
Um, but we got to get a YouTube channel. That's what we
I
got to
know.
do.
I know.
We got to get one.
I should have done it yesterday. I didn't do much yesterday. I literally
I
could have had the
said
time, and I was editing other videos.
it's all good. I saw that somebody told me because I was talking to somebody when I was at work the other day who has a podcast, and they said that you can pull the audio straight off of YouTube and upload it to Spotify and stuff for the podcasts.
Oh, so I guess at least when we get in person, we can record it on a camera and then upload it to YouTube and then extract the audio from it.
It's gonna be so much better being able to do it in person. Like it's gonna be
Yeah,
crazy cool.
the sound will be better. I gotta figure out
We're gonna have to
how
get
to
those
like,
microphones. We're gonna be those
yeah, I gotta
guys.
mics and do like an interface into, yeah, I gotta figure out how to do that, the tech stuff
Well, you know
behind it. I'm
what?
not,
So we're trying to find a place to move that has like an in-law suite, right? That's that way we can
mm-hmm,
Airbnb it, and so we
mm-hmm,
can make some extra money off of that. But my whole thought was like, if there's a day where it's not used, that could become the studio. Like could just go
yeah,
sit
for
in
sure.
there, chill, and make a studio out of it. But there's a place over here that I almost worked for that has a whole house set up for people to do podcasts. They literally have like
Wonder how much it
four
costs
four
to
sets.
record.
Yeah, they have
Damn,
four
that's
sets in
sweet.
there.
Yeah,
It was sick.
the audio on here isn't necessarily bad, but it's not like as good as I think it can be. And
Absolutely.
I think if we
How
really want
many
to grow this, definitely got to
do,
have better sounding audio.
do we have people on the live stream still?
Two people.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want me to end it?
Cool. Cool. Nah, it's all good.
Oh,
It's
okay.
good to
Yeah,
get
you
it.
can
It's
say
good to
whatever the
get
hell
it
you
out
want. I
there.
don't care what you say.
It's good to get it out
Yeah.
there so that way we can
If you're
get people
listening,
to
go ahead.
follow the page. Yeah, make
Go
sure you
listen.
guys follow the page on
Coasters and
TikTok.
Brosters.
And we
I've been
also
posting a lot.
really
I try to post at least once a day on the TikTok. I need to start getting them over into the Instagram too, but and then I need to get a YouTube channel up ASAP.
uh, that's what we need to do is we need to make a video of us asking people to give us comments and clip that because I would love to get input from everybody who watches and listens on some podcast subjects because we just come up with it kind of on the fly throughout the week. But I would love to get some ideas on like ranking things when Chandler's back, doing more food review type stuff. That way we can keep giving you guys like better content moving forward because I posted something on my channel, which I only had like 11,000 or 1,100 followers, which it's whatever. Uh, but I would love to get more input from people who listen so that way they can get our takes on things because I know everybody can give their own opinion. And I know that we're both going to have differing opinions on things. So it's good to get those subject matters asked about. So if you're watching
Yes.
or if you're listening,
There we go. That's a clip.
comment,
Mark,
leave us a DM.
Mark and Chris. Yeah, let's listen to the pod. Let us know what we can improve on, what you like, what you don't like, and then in Disney Dad Bod and give us topics, what you guys want to hear. You guys are our viewers, so we want to hear from you. We want to know what you
Disney
guys are
Dad
wanting.
Bod's on
What do
there.
you want? Help us help you.
Disney Dad Bod literally commented on one of my stories, and I was talking about something with Disney. Oh, when I put that, Epic Universe open, Disney's like, hold my beer, and opens two new shows, and said something about, you know, by the time Disney's done making their stuff, Epic or Universal could have made another theme park, and I was like, because they're saying that it won't be all finished till like 2030. That's 5 years from now, 5 years, and I was like, dude. Universal could literally build two brand new theme parks and another water park before they're done with all that. Like, it's wild to me.
2030 is a long ways away, man.
This is what I was talking about last week or the week before. Stop letting mediocrity be your what holds you to them. If you keep letting them have that as their MO, you're not going to get the stuff done. Universal knew that. They knew they needed to get it done. Disney's just taking their sweet time, and it's really frustrating.
Have you seen that guy on TikTok? He's like maybe 22, 23, but he's making all these videos as like his campaign to be the next CEO of Disney. Have you seen this
I
guy?
have not. No, you're gonna have to send
Oh
it
my
to me.
God.
I
If I
gotta
see
see
his next
this.
video, I'll send it to you. But we need to like get this guy to lead the change
We
that
do.
Disney
We
needs.
do. See,
He
that's
is he
we
sounds like
need
a
to get
really
him
smart
on the
guy.
pod. We need to get him on the pod.
Oh. Should I reach out and invite him to the pod?
We should. I was also thinking
Okay. Okay.
how cool it would be when you're down here if we start inviting like live guests to come to the pod.
Yes.
Let's get
That'll get us
different
viewers.
creators and get some of them.
Mm.
Let's get some of their opinions because I want to hear some of their opinions on things. Because you
Yes.
hear what they
I
say on
agree.
their streams and in their videos, but sometimes it's not always exactly what they're feeling. And I want our pod to be something where they can just be themselves and say what they want and be like, actually, as much as I like it, this kind of pisses me off. This is really exciting. I really want to know those things because I feel like a lot of them, we don't get to hear their true, honest opinions on things because a
Yes.
lot of people are scared about it, but also people don't ask the questions that they should be asking. So I would love to get
Yes.
more
I
guests moving forward.
I want to get some guests on. That'll definitely help us expand our reach and bring in new viewers. And it's always
100%.
cool to hear from other people. So yeah, that's great. Um, okay, that was a great episode. So if you're listening, thank you so much. You've made it the entire hour and almost 9 minutes. So be sure to hit that follow button on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeart. Leave a comment. Let us know what you want to hear. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and hopefully a soon to come YouTube channel. So, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye.